Hello, I'm your unofficial Australian board game correspondent, and today we are taking a look at Cozy StickerVille, this beautiful game by Unexpected Games that really caught my eye when I saw it in my local game shop. And this is a solo, well, it's 1 to 6 players, but we'll be doing it solo experience where it really leans heavily into that Stardew Valley, less the board game, more kind of the video game, where we have been given a block of land from, well, I guess in that game it was your grandfather, right? This is our actual father. And essentially from this letter that I have here, we've been living off of his fortune for far too long and we've grown soft. Well, now we have to learn the value of hard work. So this is a tract of land just south of the Cheshire and it's undeveloped. But what we will be going through over the next 10 years of in-game experience is learning the value of hard work and making this something worthy of our family name. Now, this is a very unique kind of game because, well, you see here, I have a boatload of stickers. And if I learn anything from my time with Lego sets growing up, I am going to have an absolute horrible experience putting these on straight, but I will try my best nonetheless. The way this game flows is pretty simple. We have a deck of cards for each of the years, and there are 12 cards in each year, one for each month if you follow that kind of calendar. And we will, I guess in the start of the day in the morning phase, you look at the top card, we resolve whatever's on it, and then we go to the afternoon phase where we can resolve one action and just one action. But we will go through all of that as it comes up. But to start, we have some choices to make. Okay, so let's move the game board a bit, but if we just take a little zoom in, we'll notice that there are 2 distinct sides to the game board, and they are separated by this river. So to start the game, the first thing that we actually have to do is pick which side of the river that we want to be on. So I'm just going through the rulebook here, and there are, not many pages. It is literally just one in between. But what this tells us to do is it tells us to pick which side of the river we want to be on, because the first sticker will determine which side of the river that we can build on. And later we might have opportunities to build a bridge of some kind, but for starters, we are going to have to pick a side. Do we want to be on the left side or the right side? Now, if this was a live seminar of sorts, I would put it up to a vote. But I think for now, for me, observing, it seems we've got a lot more room over here to grow and really be able to do stuff. There's this nice little stone area up here as well. So I think that we might start by putting some stickers on this right side. Now, how are we going to choose these stickers? Well, what we now have to do is make some very important decisions. So over here, we have, I think I have to put down 8 stickers, and these are all, well, 2 choices. They all say or. Ors? Or choices? Anyway. So the first thing we have to do is kind of pick which house that we would like, and then kind of move on from. All right, so this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So I'm getting a hand from the Looney Tunes Mayhem box, as I don't really want to blind any of my lovely viewers, but we are going to start making decisions. So for our house, we are going to go for this little built up, I don't even know what you describe it as. It's kind of a wooden cottagey vibe. And if we can, yeah, look at that, finally. So that is what we're going for. It's got a nice barrel on the side. Looks really homey, really homey and cozy. And if we go over to our mat now, I like to think that, it's a little darker. The sun is setting outside and we're really heading into the evening, and we're going to pick a nice spot for our house to be. I like the little lake over here. I do like what's going on down here, but do I want to be in the corner? A lot of choices, because once this sticker goes down, I can't undo it. And I'm thinking about being on this side over here, or maybe I want to be closer to the river on this side and the rocks there. There's a lot of different things that I have to consider. But first, let me recheck the placement rule. Cool, so return back to the normal lighting, given that we have actually gotten this sticker out. But so for placement, you'll notice if I zoom in that there are these little green zones on the board, and that just indicates the direction that the stickers have to face. Otherwise, you can't have stickers going over the folded sections unless it states otherwise. You also can't kind of cover water, and stickers can't cover other stickers, of course, unless stated otherwise. So with all that in mind, for sticker number 1, our house, I am going to pick the lovely location right by the river side. Wow, look how nicely that one blends in. I'm really loving the world building choices that we have to make right now. Specifically all these different trees, because I feel like we've got to keep a consistent tree style. And I think we're going to go for these shroomy? Are these shroom? I don't know what kind of trees these are. Let's call them oaks. There could be oaks or birches. Those are more pines. But now we get to pick where we want, I guess, this little forest to be, which, you know, I've got a couple different green ones to place. And I reckon we might just go right here. Right up there. Cool. Okay. That's nice. And now I'm just trying, it's kind of satisfying, just the peeling as I'm trying to make it. I'm sure I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. There you go, just got to destroy the pages some more. But just the placing of these stickers I'm finding to be really enjoyable, although I'm just trying to make sure that I'm within the guidelines. I feel like I could have already made a mistake on my second sticker. Oh man. Why is it so hard? Maybe I just gotta angle it a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now can I undo this? This is the test, really. I feel like this is half of what most things turn out to be. But you know, we live and we go on, and it's easy to say that it is much easier to fix the placement of trees in a board game with stickers than it is to deforest the natural tree lines of the outdoors. All right, we're making our way through. We don't have many choices left on our sheet over here, but I'm liking the consistency that I'm kind of going for with my tree placement. And I think I'm going to continue that over here just by making another nice bunch. See, it's tough because I'm like, I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, because I'm not, because also given my actual ability, but I'm like really wanting to make sure this looks nice. Okay, I think I'll put it, it's fine. All right, so tree. Now I've got a couple more choices. Could go baby tree, go for some baby trees up the front, but I don't know if you notice here, there's only room for little things. I can't actually put another 4-piece over here because there is not another spot for it. And you may notice why I didn't go further down this way, and that's because there really wasn't another spot for me to put another 4. So the placement is somewhat important. And I'm going to, wow, this is a huge one. Look at let's zoom down here. Look at the size of this. Where could I put that? Let's just go grab this. I want to grab this one. I want to go for this massive one. Look at that. Wow. The production value of this game is absolutely beautiful. I don't know why I had a bit of a lisp there, but okay, where can I put this river? I don't know if I want to have a water feature outside of my house. That doesn't seem like a cool idea. But there's just this massive green area. But I reckon let's go down here. It's going to match up one of the corners at least. Yeah, a nice little pond lake down there. And I've only got 3 more choices to make. Do I want a well, or I don't even know what that is up in the corner. That's kind of like a bush. I think there's a little stone. There's a little nice walkway. You know what? That could be really scenic. Could be a nice spot to sit after a long day out in the fields or the farms or the whatever you want to call whatever kind of civilization life this thing is. And let's put it behind the house, just so that way we can explore. I just want to make sure I've got enough. That it is a legal placement, which it is. Good, very good. All right, I only got 2 more choices to make, and it's for food. I think these will all generate food. We've got things that generate wood over here, wood over here. That's what those icons are for. Just what resources are going to be generated. I didn't really realize that, but that is okay. We'll go for the baby brushes of this choice over here. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Perfect. Now, where do we want to put this little guy? I mean, I would have loved to have it over here, but of course that's not proper anymore. And on top of that as well, I can't put anything up in the stone area until I have a matching back. So the green stickers have to go into the green area. There's so many choices. I like the idea of keeping some things together, just having some kind of semblance of something. I just want to make it real. No, I went too far over. Oh my Lord. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Oh man. How many attempts? Oh, and now I've left a remnant. Oh no. This is making for such a unique. What's the opposite of a satisfying video? You know, is there an opposite of ASMR and it's just me ripping stickers off and putting them back on because I keep just butchering it? Anyway, I've only got 1 more sticker left in this bunch, so the torture is nearly over, I promise. And I think we will just grab the one that boasts some more farm life, as I can close this sticker book now and put it over to the side and make my final decision of where we should put what looks to be corn. I think it's corn. No, I do like me some corn, some popcorn. And I feel like this, if we were to make it in real life, would be right near the house. I would not want to be walking too far to go with our normal farm. So yeah, this is the start of our little block of land. So we've got a house over here. We've got a nice little forest up in the corner near a beautiful rocky overlook. We've got running water right near where we are, as well as the river that is in between down here. And down a bit further out from our house, a little bit of a stroll, we have a nice pond with food, some wild berries that have sprung up. And because we, I guess we went to the school of berries, we know that we can eat these. And that, to take the words of Ronnie Smith, and that is the setup. But no, that's all you have to do to start the game. And like I said before, I guess the first thing that you would then do after this is go straight into your morning phase by grabbing the top card of this deck, which we might do soon, or next, or now. Alrighty, so I've decided that, well, I'm just going to get right into it right now. We're going to get this first year started off right now. So we'll go back to our storybook. So this storybook is what is going to guide us mainly through a lot of the gameplay. And we'll start down here with the rest of the year 1 setup. So we've got to gain 2 happiness, and I will edit it just like this. Bang, 2 happiness down here. Now we are happy. And that was a cool transition. I hope editor is me in the future. Make that really cool, please. Next, we are going to gain 1 wood token for each wood icon and also 1 food token for each food icon that we currently see. So we just zoom in down here. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we will start with 4 wood, and then with the food, we only have 2. So I'll just put them on the board for now, just so you can kind of see what they look like. But I will keep these off camera just in case I need them, which I assume I probably will at some point. All right, so we've done that, and now we get started with the first turn. And I'm going to assume that in the first year, each card correlates to a month. So because it is the first card, welcome to January. All right. A man approaches in a comically large black robes. This land, I sense that it could be full of power and riches. They could be yours if you let me build my lodge here. All right, we have 2 options. We can either say, great power, build away. That's right. This is going to be an Australian walkthrough, or no thanks, I'll find the riches myself. Yes, this is a very Australian walkthrough. All right, so I think that I don't want to be alone. So I'm going to go with option A, great power, build away. So I flip this over here, and this playthrough will be full of spoilers, but I'm sure you've already kind of seen what the bottom half of that was. But A is place sticker 6C. So you thought that we were done with the stickers, but no, this is what this game does. And this is what makes this game awesome. So 6C, I'm going to assume that means I go to page 6 in the book, which is here. You know what? I'm going to actually look up what I need because, hang on a sec. A, B, C. I'm going to guess that is what it means. And so I'm going to commit to grabbing this sticker and doing this. Oh, I've got to find a better way. Surely, I know some people might use tweezers sometimes, but there we go. Look at that. Bang. All right. 6C, acquired. The mysterious black-robed man has some kind of magical thing. There's an eye on there. I'm not going to say what I know people are thinking. People could be thinking Illuminati. I won't say that. I know I just said it. But we are kind of suspicious of this man. We don't fully trust him yet. So we're going to just let him cook and let him stay all the way on the other side down here. Just, from a safe distance, which I think is the wise choice because, we're all about caring for people and wanting to build a community. But man, that guy with his robes was a little sus. So that is what you do in the morning step. You just make a choice. And now you move to the afternoon. So in the afternoon, there are a couple different options you can take. So you'll notice on here, there are some different symbols. And essentially what you can do with this symbol, this is kind of like the action symbol or the reading story. So what we're going to do is you go to that or that or that or whichever one you have. You go to that in the storybook and then you read out loud what it says and you make all the choices. That's one thing you can do. And remember, you can only do one thing in your afternoon. Time is fleeting. We have to walk everywhere. There's no PT. We don't really drive. So we can only make one choice. Second thing you can do is resolve this draw card action. So whatever the number is, which over here is a 3, we get to go into the catalog deck, which is this deck here, which you do not shuffle. It's important that you don't shuffle this. It's all in a numerical order, but you will grab the card that it correlates to. So if I do that, I would then grab card number 3 and resolve it, except for, of course, if it has this effect or that symbol for the time. And you notice I think there are some cards in this deck that have the same number, but like an A or a B. So I can show an example. There you go, 3A, 3B. So the first time you would grab 3A, and if you were to do it again, you would grab 3B. Yeah, I I think, and the third thing you can do is resolve a card ability. So sometimes there will be just that little hourglass symbol that kind of looks like this up in the corner, and you would just do what it says, and that will end the turn. So a really simple game, but of course the hardest thing that we'll be doing is coming up with choices for what we want to do. So I think that the first thing we will do for the month of January, as among all of our other things, you know, we've grabbed our wood, we've gotten our food, is we are going to go and see what's going on with this guy over here. Okay, so 7.2 is what it is, and I have it here in the book. And it reads, welcome. Do you wish to join our organization? The fee is very reasonable. So, what it says is if we have the lodge milestone, so over here is actually a little milestone track that I'm trying to make sure I don't, knock off the screen. But as we pick up different milestones, we will put stickers over here. And this says that if we are a milestone member, we read something else. Otherwise, we will read the new visitor story. And we have a choice. And the choice is either to decline or spend 1 gold to join the lodge. Now, we don't actually have any money, so we will go for the declining. And it reads, you'll be back. They all come back. But we get to perform another action. That seems quite sinister. I don't know how I feel about the suspicious nature of our little friend over here. But I do get to perform another action, and I think I'm going to choose to head up here and resolve catalog card 3A. All right, what does it say? Okay, it says cover 3 on the map with a sticker and keep this card in play. Ooh, all right. So I guess I'll go find the sticker. Lovely. So we've got our little 9C sticker here, and we're just going to cover this up. And hopefully, yep, that's all covered up. See, it's hard because from my angle, I'm looking at it and I'm going, I think I've covered it up, but I'm sure it's fine. And we'll just have a look at the card again now. So we've resolved that action up here. And now we have this card which will stay in our play area because it has some actions that we'll be able to do in future afternoon turns. Lovely. So I guess we've just put that card down here in our zone, and I'll be able to look at this later. But anytime that we do get a card and we keep it, it just instructs to go under the board just so we can keep, I guess, the actions. So it's going to hang out like that down there. And that's the end of January. That's the end of our first turn. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I reckon let's do one more. Let's go into February and see what Feb has in store for us. All right. Your bed is so warm and cozy that you could spend the entire day napping. Well, ain't that some kind of mood? So I can either nap the day away or spend 1 food to eat a hearty breakfast. Now, looking at our supply, we do have 2 food. So let's have a think. I was thinking about hunting for wood as an option and using the action that we pulled up from our catalog card last time, and that is going to cost 1 food. So I think that for now, we are going to just nap the day away, we flip it over, and we sleep through lunch and have no regrets. Cool. Oh, we would have gotten a wood from the other option anyway. That's fine. So nothing happens. That's completely fine. And now we will go to resolve, I guess, our day in the afternoon. And we will go for this card here, and we are going to hunt for wood. So it says roll the die. And depending on what we roll, something will happen. So first I will eat my food because, hunting and I guess, well, it's not really hunting. Oh, it says hunting for wood, but the wood's not really moving. I'm just kind of chasing it. Will be that. And I rolled a 1. That's very unfortunate. It's not final go. I can't discard cards to reroll. I will just do nothing. Cool. And that is my afternoon. What a productive day. I could have just eaten and had the wood anyway, so that's a bit of a fail. But yeah, I reckon that is where I am going to leave it for today. Hope you've enjoyed learning how to set up and start your cozy sticker-filled, cozy StickerVille adventure. I've been your unofficial Australian board game correspondent, and tune back in, why don't you, when I start diving deeper into my first year in this town.